Hi, Don. Just a lot going on. Just as far as having Alex Tuck on the ice, just how exciting is that, and what is a potential timeline for him going forward?
Yeah, I don't know the potential timeline. It's not for a few weeks anyway, but it is exciting. You use the word exciting, and it's all of that. We were very excited as a staff, and I think the players were as well to see him out there along with Casey in practice again. So exciting day. Those guys both look great out there.
Don, you referenced Casey, and you got a couple practices this week. He's not in a non-contact role. Is there any potential he could play on the road trip?
There is potential that he can play on the road trip, and we will have two practices before our first game on the road in Florida, and those will give us a real good gauge as to the probability or not of that happening.
Have you been knowing what's coming, knowing Middlestat will be available at some point, knowing you'll have Alex Tuck at some point? Have you either in your mind or on paper been scratching out lines for the future?
Yeah, I haven't scratched out lines. I guess I have in my head. I haven't written anything down, but yes, you're thinking about that. It's natural, and it is nice. It's a nice thought when you think of Tage Thompson has received, primary attention from the top defensive pairing on the other team and top defensive line on the other team. And now the other team is going to have to make a choice. Is it going to be against Middlestat, or is it going to be against the Thompson line? And then that would bump Dylan Cousins into, potentially playing against third pairing D, where we feel he could be very effective there. And it's exciting. It's exciting anytime you think about adding guys in there. And I can go even further with our organization and tell you our organizational depth and youth. That is really pushes us through sometimes when we know what we have coming in the pipeline, and how that's going to fit into the NHL is awesome to see and feel.
Don, with Jankowski, why as an organization did you guys feel that you'd like to sign him? And are you looking for him as a center or a winger?
The nice thing is he can play either, and he's familiar and has had time at both center or wing, which gives us some flexibility there. The timing of it, I guess, is part of it. We felt R2 wasn't getting enough primary ice time here, and he's eligible to be in Rochester without having to go on waivers. And as we've spoke so often about developing our players and putting them in spots to succeed and become better, that seemed like a real easy, natural thing to do. And that was the primary focus was we want to make sure R2 is developing as fast as he can develop, and we have access to him and the ability to put him in Rochester, which we feel right now for the moment we feel that can help him. Then as a consequence, we have to make a decision, and Jankowski fit that right now for us. We've got Murray up, and I've liked everything with Murray. Each time he's come up, he's become better. Each time he went back, I went and watched him a week and a half ago. He's better because of the experience. So, that's the whole entirety of it. And we're glad we had the ability to do that with Jankowski.
Will Mark play tonight?
That is yet to be determined. We went through the skate. We had yesterday off, so we're kind of taking an inventory as some guys, a couple of bumps and bruises that we're trying to iron out and make a decision. It won't be till really tonight.
And how does R2 handle the news that, he's been up, since March or April? Just how does he handle the news that he has to go back to the AHL and work on his game, I guess?
Well, if he fed off of Kevin Adams and myself, he would feel good about it because, we believe in him as a player and his potential. We feel that he can help us and is going to help us in the future. And it was clear, it was just simple decision that this right now can be a better spot for you for these reasons. ABC, we lined out, and he's a competitive guy, so it's not easy to take that. You want to play in the NHL, but as we mentioned about Jack Quinn, when he got sent down, he embraced that and said, I will, in some respects, I want to go back there because I can, you can work on some things you can't work on here, and you can accomplish some things that you set out to do there. And I think R2 is a competitive guy, will respond very well to that, and it will help his game overall. So I'm sure he was bummed out, but he's a pro too in that regard. So he's taken it very seriously.
Hey, Don, when you look at the way last week went for Tage Thompson, just how much confidence is he having? Because I know moving him to center probably had a few folks scratching their heads at first, but it seems like he's really thrived in that role, especially after last week.
Yeah, he has thrived. He's embraced that role at the outset, and then, he progressively has thrived in that role, and he's had a lot of support. Victor and Skinny have done really well on the wings with him. But he was confident. He's always been a confident kid. But now he's realizing, when you score and you start scoring more and making plays more and extending your possession longer against, good players and defensemen that are 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", you get another level of confidence and self-expectation, and you get a taste of it, really, is what happens. And once you get a taste of that and a taste of that success, you can see him not wanting to let go of it. He's hungry for more. And that's what we've seen the last couple of weeks. He just knows that his skill set right now, he can impose his will on the game. And you see him doing that. No greater clip than when Romanov, Montreal tried to run him over, and it did nothing. But, his response to that was, okay, right now, game on, give me the damn puck. And it was in the back of the net quick. So we love that, and that is absolutely a sign of growth.
And when you see something like that, and you've got a team full of young players, and you're kind of experimenting with lines and things like that, I mean, when you look at how much does seeing his success impact the other young guys, considering he went through such a change in the off season, and it kind of shows like, okay, this is, maybe what we're doing here is working out for at least one guy.
Yeah, no, it's big anytime players see other players' success, and the more you have. That was big just to have Middlestead and Tuck on the ice in practice today, because they're making plays and people watch that, and their personal standard elevates when you're surrounded by that. So I don't feel, you mentioned experiment with lines. I don't think we're experimenting with anything. I think we're just pushing guys. We know we don't want to get stale. We don't want to get attached to too many things. We want to just keep pushing guys and better. So, I don't think we're going to find we're looking for any great chemistry that's going to be permanent. We all need to get better, and there's always bumps and bruises and different things that go on. So it's more pushing guys. And I think our guys have done a really good job, as you just mentioned, of pushing each other, and Tage is pushing his line mates to that end as well.
Hey, Don, the Kraken really went into a slide after you guys left town, and now the last week they've beaten Carolina, Washington, and Florida. What do you see as the biggest challenge with them tonight to keep them from getting so many chances like they did the first time?
Yeah, we did ourselves in the first time. We didn't handle their pressure well. They hurried us, and then we played hurried. So, we hope to, against their pressure, have a lot more calm. And better support, better execution. The execution I didn't mention was not good that game. And then obviously do more on our side. Take pieces and components that we've done well over the last few games, and make sure we do them more consistently. So again, it's a great challenge, because you have that mental block in your head of that awful night in Seattle for us. And then you've got to respect the fact that they're hot right now. But it really is. That's mental. That's all mental, and it's getting to our game and executing the way we need to execute. So it's all a good challenge for us. We have to find a way to respond to it, but I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that challenge. I think it will help us become better. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, Don.
Yep.